Well, guess what?
What?
Freo lose.
Oh!
Freo lose.
Okay. I'm making a rule. You're going first for the
Okay.
rest of the show and next week's show.
Okay.
Because it's not right. It's not fair. You're doing it on purpose, so I can't catch you.
I have it
We're
written
not playing
right
this
here.
game.
Freo lose.
I don't care.
How would I
turn it
know?
over and you've got the other one. Brisbane lose. You think I was born yesterday?
Welcome back to AFL from LA. Round 23 tips. Who loses and why? I'm your host, Cindye, and I'm here with the world famous Andrew from Inglesore.
What do you mean world famous? What have I done now? Have I been on TMZ or something, or what happened?
Well, I know you were on a different show this week, and you know people are clamoring to get close to you. So why
People
not?
are talking.
Let's get started with the thing everybody's always waiting to know: is the tally. Made a fatal error this week betting on Jesse Cameron.
Get GWS out of your head.
Jeremy Cameron did not kick. He didn't kick 6. He didn't kick 9. He actually kicked like 9 total shots at goal.
Yeah, 9 total shots. Yeah.
Right. So, but you lost that one. So this week we're at 132 with my plus one and 127 with your plus one. So it's still a 5-point game here.
Deficit.
But
Yep.
maybe I'll give you a chance to catch up. Who knows?
No, don't give me any chance. I don't need chances, all right? If I'm going to win, I'm going to win legit.
Friday night, Essendon versus St. Kilda. So there is no Thursday night game this week, but there are 2 Friday night games. Do I have that correctly?
You have that correct.
It is at Marvel Stadium. It is at 7:20. So Essendon righteously wrecked by Geelong 109-65. And St. Kilda held on for a gritty 56-52 win over Richmond. In the ins and outs this week, Dylan Shield is going to the tribunal. Has that happened yet?
Tonight, I think.
And this would be officially the first time a player
As far
gets
as I know,
suspended for doing something to his own teammate. Right?
To his own teammate,
Yeah.
unintentionally.
And I believe Zach Merritt's out this week. for
Broken hand,
Essendon.
yes. He had surgery yesterday, yes.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So, Andy, tell everybody how much you loved the Tigers versus Saints game.
88-56 wins your game of football. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. Or
It did.
64, whatever it was. I don't know. Come on, Ross Lyon, wake up to yourself, buddy. That's not football. That's rubbish.
So is that the Saints' fault or was that the Tigers' fault? Did the Tigers just say we're going to try to beat them up with their own
It's the
game?
Saints' fault. It's Ross Lyon 101. Come on.
In a tight, low-scoring game, what could decide which forward line comes out on top?
There's a guy that wears number 7 for St Kilda, Wangan Malira. If he performs, their forward line get on top. Because let's be honest, both forward lines are quite ordinary. And that's it. And if he doesn't, maybe Essendon can get on top. But that's it.
So are we stuck in a tomato, potato thing with Wanganeen Millera? Do we have a definitive on what his name actually is, or
No,
does
we don't.
I mean, the commentators don't really know either. I've heard it at least like 4 different ways, right?
Well, how would they know? They don't even go to the games, most of them. They call them in the studio these days, which is, hey, everyone, COVID's over. It was over 4 years ago. Jeez, get over it.
I don't know how anybody out there could tell us the right way of pronouncing it, but if you have a way of phonetically telling me in the comments, please do. I think it's Wanganeen Millera. And Andy thinks it's Wanganeen. What do you think it is?
Malera.
Okay, so let us know. So who loses and why?
Essendon lose because they don't have Wanganeen Millera.
All right, well, I agree. Essendon are going to lose. They're undermanned in the midfield. They're up against one of the league's most disciplined defenses, as you have complained about. And they're going to get strangled for scoring options. So I think it's going to be another win for good old St. Kilda. Saints go marching on. Fremantle will be facing the Brisbane Lions in Optus at 8:20. So Fremantle stole it late at Adelaide Oval, 92-86. And the Brisbane Lions were denied at home by the Sydney Swans, 92-90. So a fun fact, Freo has now won 11 of their last 12 games. Quite impressive for them, huh? But even more shocking, exciting, or I don't know how to describe this. I think I'm in denial is that Fife has announced his retirement.
Finally.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Oh, you want him to play till he's 50, do you?
What are we going to do without Sexy Beast? That's the only thing that I was still enjoying.
Oh, don't worry. You'll take Matthew Pavlich's spot in the commentary box, seeing he's going to bloody Sydney now as a CEO. And don't worry, you'll get your Nathan Fife fix.
Lachie Neale is still out for Brisbane. So, Andrew, what does Fremantle need to do to build on last week's win and beat another top 8 side?
Just keep watching my videos saying, I'll eat 100 nuggets if you play finals, because they're torturing me. They're behind in games and then they come back and win at the end. And I'm like, it's bizarre.
After letting one slip at home, what can Brisbane do to get their momentum back?
Oh, they need to wake up and not take things for granted. Teams for granted. That's it. This is, I take this back to the Collingwood game where they had to win, and they did.
Yeah.
Last week, yes, of course they had to win, but it was kind of like they're playing at home. You could see them sort of going through the motions a bit.
Yeah.
Which cost them in the end. And then they thought, oh, geez, we're going to lose this. And they started to play and kick 3 goals in the last minute and a half.
Yes.
Almost stole it at the end. But they ultimately lost. So
yeah, it was a little too late, right?
A little too late, yeah. So
and credit to Sydney, because Sydney were really good last week. They brought it. They brought it. Oh,
credit to Isaac Heaney.
Don't even. I'd like to see. Like just for fun, I'd like to see a game. We just put Heaney on the field, and we put a full team on. Then we see how he does. It's back to your Jesse Hogan theory. It's not just Heaney, and Heaney has had shit games. And the Suns...
And they've lost.
And they've won. So, anyway.
Against Essendon by 4 points.
Andrew.
And North Melbourne by 8 points.
Andrew,
I won't be swayed on this, Cindye.
Who loses and why?
Who's playing?
Fremantle versus Brisbane. Lions.
Yeah, Fremantle lose.
Ah, really?
I've had enough of them. I've had enough. They've gotten to me. Alex Pearce kicking the winning goal. Are you serious or what? Come on. I've had enough. No, come on, Brisbane.
Well, guess what?
What?
Freo lose.
Oh!
Freo lose.
Okay. I'm making a rule. You're going first for the rest of the show and next week's show.
Okay.
Because it's not right. It's not fair. You're doing it on purpose, so I can't catch you. It's not.
Look, I have it
We're
written
not playing
right
this
here.
game.
Freo lose.
I don't care. Turn it over and you've got the other one. Brisbane lose. You think I was born yesterday?
I mean, look, I thought long and hard, but Brisbane have a history of coming back after they get their butts whooped. They do it every time.
Every time, exactly.
I think they'll bounce back, and I think they're too good not to bounce back. And I think Freo, as you guys like to say, they're due a loss. I mean, 11 out of 12. Not all of these teams were great. They got lucky on some of these some of these wins, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to.
I agree.
The next game, Gold Coast versus GWS, Saturday, August 16th at 12:35.
You're going first on this one. You're going first
Stadium.
on this one. Cindye First Stadium, because you're going first.
Exactly. This is the Expansion Cup, the sequel. Gold Coast beat Carlton 93-74, and the Giants responded big, 133-79 over North. So there's a lot riding on this game, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Suns, as we said, are essentially a game ahead because everybody's giving them the win against Essendon in round what I like to call round 25, and that puts them essentially in third place right now, which is kind of crazy, right?
It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, the Giants' hopes are a little touch and go. I mean, had a couple key teams lost this week, they'd be a shoo-in. But right now, it's a lot of people are showing them out of the top 8 for finals. So this really is a have-to-win moment for the Giants. They have to win the next 2, but undoubtedly this one. So. So, Andrew, I heard you say that GWS can't travel. Did you have a stroke? Are you forgetting? I believe they beat Brisbane in Brisbane and Geelong in Geelong. I'm not going to bother you with the other teams that they beat away, but they beat 2 of the top 8 teams away and convincingly. So
okay.
Not quite the same as the Suns, right?
They're starting to win me over then. How's that?
Okay, good.
With their travel plans. Okay? They've clearly, after 14 years, they've got their travel plans correct.
What do they need to get right? What do the Giants need to get right to beat the Suns on the Gold Coast?
I think that midfield, because I think the Suns' midfield with Round and Anderson are just not unstoppable, but they're fantastic. Their clearance work is sensational. Yeah. I think that's where the Giants lack. They're good on the rebound, the Giants. Yeah. When they have that orange tsunami, but it's that midfield, and that's been the problem all year with the Giants. Their midfield, their centre clearances. Yeah. They've struggled all year,
I didn't understand, I think, until this weekend, really, how handy Canelio is. I don't think I understood his role compared to some of the other players in the midfield. And I see the finesse that he has, and he just, I don't know, I feel like he's finding his form at the right time because he's been out for most of the season. And so with that said, I feel like if Finn Callahan, and Tom Green do what they do, I think, and then Canelio there to, how do you describe what he does? Connect the pieces, I
almost feel like he's the battering ram, right? He takes the brunt of the hits and just gets in the way for the other two to do their thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Especially Callahan, who, you give him space and he'll just tear you apart. So I feel like Canelio's just like he just makes space, he'll get in the way and, just clear some space for Tom Green and Callahan, All
right. Well, I hope this week he's making some space. So
I know
would you like to know who loses and why?
I would love to know.
The Suns are going to lose. The Suns are going down this week, and we're going to call this one of those just because. Because, one, I'm backing my team, and it just needs to happen. So, as I think I alluded to, it's going to be a tough game. The Giants have won the last 13 of 14 against the Suns. And the Suns still have bouts of inconsistency. I mean, they even let your boys were looking pretty good against them for big points, big pieces of that game. We'll get to that later. So I think the Giants stand a chance. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think at the end the Suns are going to lose this one, and the Giants are going to take the W.
Well, Cindye, that is music to my ears. Because at the Fortress, People First Stadium, GWS Giants will lose.
All right.
I don't know how, but they will. I don't know how, honestly. I just don't know how they're going to lose. Yeah. Because I really don't like the Suns. I don't like anything that they do apart from their midfield. I don't trust them. Yeah. But the Fortress, where they lock people in. Yes. I think GWS lose.
Carlton versus Port Adelaide, Saturday, August 16th, 1:20 at Marvel. So Carlton collapsed late to lose 93-74 to Gold Coast, and Port Adelaide was outgunned by Fremantle 86-92. So big news, Andrew. They backed Voss. They went ahead and did it. What's the word on the street? What are the Blues fans saying? What's happening in Melbourne? Are they out with their pitchforks? What's going on over there?
Yeah, we're not happy. We're not happy one bit. No. He had his chance last week to redeem himself. Yeah. And change game plans and just throw his playbook out the window and do something different, and refused.
And he didn't
so
do
there you go. That's what you get, Carlton Football Club, for making that decision. That 5-hour arduous decision. You chose to stick with a guy. Yeah. Till round 1 next year until they lose to Richmond and get sacked. But anyway,
there were some talkings on the interwebs today that they did actually have some feelers out.
But Cindye, the club vehemently denies that. Jeez, they are a pack of morons. Seriously? Come on.
In what ways have the Blues been playing better lately, even though the wins haven't come?
It's the kids.
The kids
have shown something, Yeah. Poor Harry O'Farrell, who did his knee 2 weeks ago, was looking good down back. Yeah. Francis Evans, of all people, comes in and kicks 4 goals, Yeah. It's Ashton Moyer. It's just getting games into these kids, And And the frustrating part is that they keep, once they sub a player, it's always a kid. It's always a youngster, which I just don't get it.
Right.
Again,
rather than see sub senior player.
Well, the season's over, right?
Yeah.
What's there to achieve apart from next year? So you should be building. As soon as you can't make finals, which was 22 weeks ago for Carlton, but that's another story. You should be working towards next year because this year's gone. What's there to achieve this year? It's not, let's get a few wins. Who gives a crap about the wins? It's about next year. It's about winning premierships, playing finals, winning premierships, and that's it.
What went wrong for Port against Fremantle that turned a strong start into another close loss?
I don't know if anything went wrong because that's about their ceiling, Port Adelaide, this year. Again, a bit of luck, bounce here or there, free kick here or there. Alex Pearce, of all people, kicks the winning goal, like I said earlier. It's like, you don't plan for that.
Yeah.
So I don't feel... I actually thought they played well and, they got off to a bad start but willed them down and they literally were in front most of the game after that.
Yeah.
And, it's just probably a bit... a few of the younger players just didn't understand the situation at the time and, could have got back to probably spoil Pearce and thought, we'll stay back just in case the ball comes this way. And
right.
You saw what happened.
And I was so close to tipping Port to win last week, but in the end I didn't. So, Andy, do you want to ask me the question?
So, Cindye, who loses and why?
Port Adelaide lose. I think the Blues are going to have their day this week. I think, obviously, with the outs that they have and... I just think, I don't know, I think your Blues are going to get it done. I mean, look, this, just like last week, this could go completely sideways with it. It's the Travis Boak and Ken Hinckley farewell tour. And they played really well, but again, they've, with their inconsistencies and Carlton's actually been playing pretty well for Carlton. So it might be a really good matchup, but I think being a home game for the Blues, I think they're going to win. So Port lose.
Well, this didn't go to plan because I agree. Port lose. Funnily enough, I actually feel like Port lose and not Carlton win, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think Carlton's going to beat them because they're better. I just think Port Adelaide.
You just can't bring yourself.
No. Because Port Adelaide's got a home game next week, which is the send-off for Travis Boak and Ken Hinckley. I think they'll rest Travis Boak. They might rest Connor Rosie because his hand's still not quite there. They might rest a couple and then give that farewell game next week to Ken Hinckley, and try and get a win next week. So, I don't know. It's just my feel. Could be way off, but... and Carlton. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's move on.
Hawthorn versus Melbourne, Saturday, August 16th, 4:15 at the MCG. So the Hawks shocked Collingwood. I mean, with a really strong win, 110-46. And Melbourne fell to a nail-biter, 105-99 against the Doggies. Who saw that coming?
No one.
Goodwin out, Chaplin in. The sugar high is real, right?
Yep.
What will Melbourne need to do if they want to spoil the Hawks' chances of making the 8?
They need to play exactly like they did last week, attacking football and try and catch them off guard because they played a totally different brand of football last week against Western Bulldogs. Yeah. And you've got to catch you can't let teams set up down back. And Hawthorn's one of the ones that set up well down back. Collingwood set up well down back. There's certain teams that you can't give them a chance to set up well down back. Geelong's another one. You've got to get on your bike and go as quick as you can and try and just get them catch them unawares. You have to. That's your only chance against a good side. So now the sugar hit from last week's coach sacking of Goodwin. Yeah, that was evident. Unfortunately, the sugar rush is gone this week.
All right, the crash. Right, the crash after
the crash. Exactly. Yep. After the sugar hit, it's they'll have a good outing. Yeah. But the Hawks, they're back to hawk ball confidence, cocky type of play.
So should the Hawks be worried about any particular strengths in Melbourne's game this week?
No. Just go do your thing, Hawthorn. Get the 4 points, business transaction, and move on.
All right. Well, want to ask me the question?
Oh, this one's a moot point. But, hey, Cindye, who loses and why?
I think that the Hawks are going to win. I think the Demons will lose. Actually, this one, I still think...
Oh, don't get sucked in,
still think the Demons have a chance.
Get sucked in. Yeah, they do. You're right.
I think they have a chance. Look, I'll be honest. Like, they played like a team last week.
They did. Mm-hmm.
And like even like in Oliver and Petrarca, like everybody was invested.
Yeah.
The only person, honestly, and I could be dead wrong, but like it stood out to me was Viney. Seemed a little like
off.
Like there was one part the ball just like drops in front of him and he's like la 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 la. Like everybody else like really played like a team and they looked like they were actually maybe even enjoying themselves. So
I think they were. Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Hawks will get it done. I think Melbourne lose.
I agree with you. Melbourne lose. It's Hawks aren't dropping this one.
Adelaide versus Collingwood Saturday, 7:30 at the Adelaide Oval. So I know you don't want to admit it, but your Crows were sweating against my Eagles. I mean, this was like blindsided. Like no one in the universe saw this game happening the way it did. Correct.
That's correct.
They narrowly won 87-78 over West Coast to almost seal the minor premiership. Collingwood, on the other hand, was demolished by Hawthorn. Collingwood might still have some big outs this week. Bobby Hill is a big question mark. There's some weird stuff going on with him, I think. Mm-hmm. And then poor Jeremy Howe. God, he just came back to just get like knocked out right away.
In the first minute, yeah.
And Rory Laird is out for a hit on Jamie Cripps. I was going to say Patrick Cripps.
The good Cripps.
Collingwood have actually won the last 3 of 4 in Adelaide against the Crows. And they're fighting to stay in the top 4, right? Mm-hmm. So how do they fill the Jeremy Howe hole?
They don't. Impossible. Well, Charlie Dean got dropped the week before.
Yeah.
An ordinary young defender. He's an ordinary defender in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
He has to come in, and how's he going to go against the big 3?
It will be very difficult.
Very tough. So to answer your question, I don't think they can fill the hole. I can't see Darcy Moore being a lockdown defender all of a sudden. He's a great intercept defender.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have to play on one of those tools, and I don't like it.
So what do the Crows take away from their near loss to the Eagles?
They take away 4 points and frequent fly points. That's it. That's it.
That's it? The Eagles didn't expose any weaknesses on their part?
No. No, look, it's one of those games where you're playing the bottom side. Let's not get it twisted, right?
Yeah.
Tim Kelly decides to play football for once this year, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about him after. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And they come at you hard and Jobe Shannon kicks goals and blah, 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 blah. And they push you and you go, okay, we need to actually play to win this game.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
That's, like just human behaviour, just you can't look at the bottom side and go, oh, this is going to be a tough task. Oh, geez, we better be right on. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't, right? You just, it's human behaviour. Any person would be saying the same thing, right?
Well,
in the back, whether you think it or not, in the back of your mind, there's still the bottom side. We should win. We'll win. I don't know how, but we'll just go about the business. As soon as it got a bit dangerous, Adelaide just said, okay, we actually need to work for this.
Their coach saw it as a loss. So that's telling when Matty Nix, even though they got the 4 points, he was not happy at all with how that game went down.
Well, he's an idiot then. What? Does he want to give the 4 points back? Okay, give the 4 points back, Matthew Nix.
No, I think
it's
what he's
a win,
saying.
Mate. It happens.
I think what he's saying is they were lucky that they ended up winning. That it wasn't, it could have easily gone the other way.
Oh, okay. So he's saying they were lucky because in the last quarter, Adelaide all put blindfolds on and just managed to kick goals. Is that what he's saying? There's no luck involved. They decide to play and win the game.
All right. right.
This is why these coaches... See, here's a prime example. He thought, well, I'm going to go win by 10, 15 goals. There's no need to win that. Do that, Matthew Nicks. You've got the best percentage in the AFL, you donkey.
I want to know what you guys out there think about this whole thing. Was it what Andy's saying, or was it a bit of a wake-up call, to getting a little bit ahead of themselves for the Crows? So, Andrew, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Cindye, who loses and why?
Collingwood. Collingwood.
This is bullshit.
It's not going the way you wanted it, is
this
it?
This is bullshit. Yeah, this is...
I think Adelaide are surging, and the venue gives them a lift. The Pies seem a little fragile. I think the Jeremy Howe thing is a real problem. And you, sir?
Yep. Adelaide lose. Sorry. Collingwood lose. No. That was a Freudian slip. I didn't mean that. Collingwood lose. Lose. You can't, with a straight face, think Collingwood's going to beat Adelaide and Adelaide. They might well do so, but you can't, with a straight face, go for Collingwood because they've lost 4 out of 5. They're playing the top team away from home. That's a tough task in anyone's book. So
next game, North Melbourne versus Richmond Tigers. Holy cow.
Blockbuster.
This game is in Hobart. This is their very last game. It's at Ninja Stadium. It's the last game for North Melbourne in Tasmania.
Yep.
So, as we mentioned, North were outpaced by GWS, 133-79, and Richmond narrowly lost to the Saints, 56-52. Nick Larkey's out for the rest of the season. Paul Curtis will be back from suspension, I believe. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, you got 1 week, yep.
North Melbourne showed some fight against my Giants. Do the fans have something to be excited about? I mean, talk to me about the debutantes, Payne and Trembath.
Yeah, he was good. He kicked 3 goals. Payne looked handy too. But it's the same old, like, every time there's a debutant, like, you don't know what to expect from them.
Yeah.
As an opposition, so they kind of go under the radar. They're not your first, your first threat, if you like, a goal, right? So they kind of get away with, kicking a goal or 2 or whatever. And the second week is generally the one that, finds them out or not, Okay. So, but, it's always good to find some new players. And, I thought North were okay. But, again, if you're a North supporter, do you want to keep seeing and hearing that? They're okay. You want to start winning games,
Yeah, that's true.
So...
All right. Well, with Tom Lynch back and North missing Larkey, how do these two sides match up going into round 23?
Oh, it's interesting because North Melbourne, Larkey's clearly the key forward.
Yeah.
Like, in more ways than one, not just, the key forward as in name, but he's the number 1 target in that forward 50, right? So when he's out, whether he marks it or not, he gives opportunities to others. When he's out, who they kick to? Is it Zurhar? Is it, Is it Trembath, this new kid? It's like, I feel like the structure's lost for North, so they need to come up with a way to try and score, If that's a different game style going forward, well, that's a different game style, Whereas Richmond, with Tom Lynch back, at least they've got that pillar. They know what to do. They know to kick it in his direction or not, because there might be a couple on him and there might be someone free. So I think structure-wise, Richmond, and Noah Bolter can play now every game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I think their structure's a bit better, placed than North Melbourne at the moment.
So who loses and why? Do you want me to go?
I'm going to ask you because this is a tough one. So Cindye, who loses and why?
Richmond.
No, this is fucked.
It's the last home game in Tasmania, and North can outscore them.
Can they?
Yeah, they can. Trembath was playing on Sam Taylor, or Sam Taylor was playing on Trembath, and Sam looked actually back to his normal self, and he still was able to kick 3 goals.
Kicked 3 goals, I know.
How about you? I'm taking it you agree with me.
I semi-agree. Like, it's actually, it's a toss of the coin, this one, because I just don't like Larkey not being there. Like, I really think it disadvantages them too much, North Melbourne, Yeah. But I don't have the confidence in Richmond kicking a score.
Yeah.
So I'll say Richmond loses. Just.
So Sydney versus Geelong, Sunday, August 7th, 3:15 at the SCG. Andrew, the Sydney Swans stunned the Lions at the Gabba 90-92, and Geelong were too strong for Essendon. So Grundy's out, I hear. McInerney's out. I also hear McInerney.
Good Irish name, McInerney.
If the Swans bring the same intensity they showed in Brisbane, how does Geelong's game style hold up at the SCG?
Geelong are too smart to fall for the Heaney-led Swans. Okay? They have one job, Geelong.
Yeah?
Look out for number 5, wherever he is. 2 on him. 1 arm each. That's it. Hold him. Do whatever you need to do, because nothing else matters for the Swans. No one else. I don't care.
Will O'Shane Mullen be tagging him?
He'll be one of the 3.
Okay. Now, with Geelong in strong form, what might cause them to slip up before finals, and can Sydney be the team to do it?
No, they ain't slipping up.
No.
So let's move on. Who loses and why, Cindye?
Geelong lose.
It's like Ghostbusters. Got one!
Look at me giving you a chance this week.
Told you not to do that.
I think the SCG's smaller dimensions suit Sydney's pressure game, and if they bring the same intensity they had last week, the Cats could struggle to find their usual space and rhythm. So I'm throwing caution to the wind, and I'm saying that the Swans are going to beat Geelong.
So Sydney's small dimensions. Have you seen GMHBA Stadium?
Yeah.
Cricket pitch like that.
Yeah.
Swans lose, no problem.
No problem.
Heaney kicks 1 goal.
One
and they
goal.
Lose easily.
So the very last game of the round is the Western Bulldogs against the West Coast Eagles.
Sunday. We left the last game to the match of the round.
The best of the last. Okay. Sunday the 17th at 4:40 at Marvel.
Marvel, even worse. Not the MCG. Wow.
The Bulldogs held off Melbourne in an absolute classic, and West Coast had an agonizing loss to Adelaide. Mm-hmm. So Duggan has been suspended for 2 games, so that's basically ending his season early. Mm-hmm. He had a really good game. It's a shame. So how did you feel about TK this week? He brought it, right?
He did. We called him out on the live stream a couple of weeks ago. Remember, we said, you signed the contract. Now it's time to stand up. Maybe the Harley-less Eagles is for him. It's funny, isn't it? Like, he's had 2 good weeks since Harley's been out. So it's like, does he like the pressure on him? He doesn't want to be the second banana. Maybe, I don't know. It's a weird conundrum. So
if the Eagles can have the same intensity and skill that we saw last week, what will the Bulldogs need to do to avoid an upset?
Are you asking me with a straight face? Or,
yeah.
Because you're doing very well. You're a very good actress,
They only
you are very good at
won
this.
by a kick against Melbourne, and they both played very similar. I mean, match contested ball,
right.
efficient scoring from limited entries, slowed opposition momentum, and stayed competitive for 4 quarters. So
yep, you're right. And did you know that Troy Chaplin was an assistant coach at Richmond with Andrew McQualter?
I did not know that.
There you go. And there you know. So it's interesting, isn't it? That they played a similar game. They must have had a similar thought process on how the game should be played. So
yeah. They broke it. They broke it down the same way, probably. And it was effective, right? So
absolutely it was. But the Bulldogs run them off their feet. I'm sorry, Duggan being out, Harley Reid being out. I mean, you're talking about a team that needs everything going for them. Yeah. Every good player that they've got. It's going to be. Honestly, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Let's get on with it. Ask me the question.
So, Cindye, who loses and why?
I think West Coast Eagles are going to lose with the finals online for the Bulldogs and the young Eagles team on the road. Look, I can hope they can turn it on for 2 weeks in a row, but the likelihood is that it would be difficult to reproduce that same type of energy and enthusiasm 2 weeks in a row, but I hope I'm wrong.
The Eagles lose, of course, but I hope they don't win because I really want it to get down to the Fremantle Bulldogs game to see who plays finals.
All right, so let's get to the mailbag.
Oh, dear.
Adam-G1H2K said there'll be a top 10 for sure when Tassie comes in. extra finals, extra coin for the AFL. I think that was in regard to, we were talking about whether there should be playoffs, right?
Wild card round, yeah.
Yeah.
More than likely will come in.
Yeah. So, all right. And then Derek Boss 4404 said, I ate 40 nuggets and a cheeseburger while watching Frio v. Who's CSTL? St. Kilda. No, who is CSTL? I don't know what that is, but anyway, he said 100 nuggets, you can do it. So he's cheering you on.
You can do it.
He's there for you.
How'd you go with that, by the way? Well, who was that?
Derek Boss 4404.
Derek, let us know in the comments how you felt after the 40. Don't worry about the cheeseburger, it doesn't count. But after the 40 nuggets, how did you feel?
So Robert Ert, he was not a fan of ours this week, and he had several comments, but his best one was, couldn't pick your noses. So I told him I was picking my nose, so there. So, I think I'll do it right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can pick our nose. I won't call you what I'm thinking right now.
He was a good sport. He laughed.
Good. You're lucky you laughed.
I don't even know who wrote this, but they just said, how about just giving us your tips instead of listening to both of you waffle on?
So if you want tips, don't watch us. If you want a bit of waffle, watch us.
All right. So the last few comments were Fish and Ba. I've been a Giants member since 2012. How is it possible that this is possibly my favorite social media channel? I feel dirty. So, first of all, you have a commitment issue. Commitment issue. How is it possible that this is possibly? It either is or not. Come on.
That's
Just
right.
make a choice. Like, I'm being forced to have to start to choose between the Giants and the Eagles, but I don't have to do that until next year. So.
Sure about that? I've got a surprise for you next week.
Yo, you do? Okay, Jeff 359 says, I mean, that contact was stupid by Nink and not the umpire's fault. Do you agree with that, Andy?
No, it's the AFL's fault because stop bouncing the bloody ball.
By the way, I heard a rumor that Goodwin would consider going to the Eagles and coaching under Minnie.
I'm okay with senior coaches being, if you like, demoted.
Yeah.
Because they're still leaders in a sense, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Having that input, I think, is a good thing.
All right, well, that's it for us. We did it, round 23. Oh, my God, there's only 2 more weeks of games.
Can't believe it.
Two and a ninth round of games.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining in, and look forward to hearing from you throughout the week. And again, hope you have a great weekend and hope your team wins. Thanks, Andy, for hanging out today.
See ya.
Bye.